Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Ape. If you didn't know me or what they call me, I usually go by Ape, A-P-E. Yeah, so if you didn't know, now you know. Hey, go ahead, smash that like and subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs, so hey, if you help me get there, hey, we get there together. Let's get it. So yeah, real quick, this is gonna be a video on basically just some tips. The best way I know how to level without the previous video I just put up. I just put up a video, if you haven't seen it yet. It's how to get to 1 through 100 in like less than 8 hours. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. That is a multi-box version, so if for whatever reason you're unable to do that method, this is a video I'm putting out that's just gonna be like a normal play style, right? So check that out. If you were unable to do that one, this is what I got for you, right? Now this video is going to be a little different. This isn't probably going to be what you're going to expect. I don't think it is, but these are probably things that you're not going to hear or see in other videos. People are probably usually telling you what to do. I'm probably going to be doing something slightly different here. Okay, so with that being said, I got a couple things on the list here. All right, so what is the best thing that you can do to get more XP? Okay, that's what this is about. So first of all, you're going to be doing nightmare dungeons. Okay, let's get you in a nightmare dungeon world, right? So you're doing nightmare dungeons, right? And so the best thing that you can do, we're gonna I don't know if this is the best, but we're just gonna go down a list here. So the first thing that you can do that's going to get you way more XP, I'm talking about a lot of XP, don't sleep on this, right, is not picking up items. Okay, I know what you're thinking, right? But you don't understand, or I feel like you don't understand, right? You picking up items is seriously decreasing how much XP that you're getting per hour, especially you're in a group and they're picking up items also. This can get out of control quickly. Okay, now when I say this, okay, I don't think you understand how much I'm actually stressing this. I'm telling you, you can probably literally level a whole second character 1 through 100, if not a third character 1 through 100, just off of not picking up items. Okay, now with that being said, people need to pick up items. Okay, hear me out. Okay, so first of all, when you complete a nightmare dungeon and you complete it, items go directly into your inventory. Now first of all, that's a problem because that's putting items into your inventory, which is a problem. Okay, now I'm gonna go to a different part to that, but so now that's a problem, right? So like, number one is when you're killing elites, you're killing stuff and a bunch of stuff is dropping, I would not be picking that stuff up. What I would be doing is knowing what I'm looking for, kind of just, looking at the items on the ground. If I'm looking for amulets, I'm prioritizing, I'm only picking up amulets. That way, in 10 or 15 runs, I have nothing but amulets here. Maybe amulets and rings are all that I'm looking for. And this limits the, now, it sucks when you are completing it and it's just throwing items into there and you have to town, you have to sell, you have to do all that. That really hurts your XP per hour. It really does, especially when you're from a world where, actually I'm going to go on to this too. Dom's tunnels, Dom Nightmare Tunnels. Now, you know what the best thing about Dom's Nightmare Tunnels was? That they gave so much XP per hour? It's because Dom's didn't drop items, okay? And hold on a second. I was doing Dom's in 45 seconds. 45 seconds to do a Dom's tunnel run, nightmare, resetting the dungeons back pre-patch, right? So if you're doing a Dom's tunnel run in 45 seconds, which is the standard for the XP that you want to be getting to be leveling fast, I don't think that you can go to town, mark everything as junk, and do all that jazz in less than 45 seconds. You doing that, you're basically, losing all that XP. So Now, with that being said, okay, there's a bunch of parts that I'm thinking here. I'm trying to put them all in order, but some of them don't necessarily go in order. Now, with that being said, okay, you can it's a lot better XP if you are not killing the boss at the end. You know, the one that gives you the glyph XP. I know what you're thinking, but you need glyph XP, right? Well, it would probably be better to not go for glyph XP, right? Or maybe do one important one that you need to 15 first, and then stop getting glyph XP, and then actually just kill mobs until you're you know, very strong, where you can just set the dungeon to 60 or 70, go in and quickly, you know, clear some 60s or 70s and just do your glyphs extremely fast. Now, I like when you're in the, you know, when you're just starting in the 20s through 30 sections of Nightmare Dungeons, glyph XP throughout here is terrible. You know, it's terrible. So I wouldn't, and if you're wasting time, I'm talking about, you know, if it's taking you a minute or two, if it's taking you a couple minutes to kill that boss, that is absolutely unacceptable. Unacceptable. Now, the problem with this combination is it's taking you a couple minutes to kill the boss, and it's taking you a couple minutes to handle the items that you're getting. Now, all of a sudden, you're playing a dungeon for a couple minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, just not including the boss. Actual XP, the actual rate that you're getting XP, you're getting XP for a minute or two, right? And then you're getting no XP from killing the boss for about a few minutes, right? And then you're also going to town and selling stuff for another few minutes. So you're getting XP for about a minute or two, but you're not getting XP for, you know, like 5 minutes, okay? And that's not including, okay, that's not including how long it actually takes for you to throw up the next Nightmare Dungeon, right? So that's another problem, which is like not being able to reset Nightmare Dungeons. What it does is it makes people sort of sit in town not doing anything. Rule number 1 is when a Nightmare Dungeon is done, even if you're gonna start it right now or not, even if you're picking up items or you're full of amulets, if you need to go to town and sell, you need to sell, right? You can go to town and sell, that's fine. But time out here. You cannot go to town and sell before you put up a new dungeon. You have to have that dungeon up while you're selling. That way, there's always a dungeon up, and people who don't need to sell can be in the dungeon fighting it, and you're kind of promoting, hey, go kill stuff, I'll be there in a second. Not, I need to sell real quick, let's everyone go to town and sell and take 5 minutes to decide when the next dungeon's going to get put up, right? Now, these are obviously things that should, you know, but I don't think that these are stressed enough in the fact that some people can literally level, you know, 5 level 100s before one person can level 1 level 100 just because of the pecking order of, yeah. So, I'm pretty sure I got more here. So, the Butcher, okay? Hey, I like killing the Butcher too, okay? Now, if he's taking you too long to kill, though, you should not be killing the Butcher. But I think it's kind of cool, you know, killing the Butcher. I don't know. It's kind of exciting. But I would just skip him. If you really just want to level fast, just skip the Butcher. Run past. Now, part 2 to that, I'm just going to end that there and say skip the Butcher, kill, you know, skip any boss that's hard to kill. I'm going to get to that more in a second. But more so, right, more so, the Butcher's annoying. He follows you around, which is actually a good thing. Because if you really do want to kill the Butcher, just ignore him. Run around killing mobs, right? Run around killing mobs while he's chasing you. And just kill him as he chases you throughout the dungeon. So yeah, I usually do kill the Butcher even if I can't kill him fast. Because I just let him chase me around the dungeon while I'm murdering everything. This way I clear the whole dungeon in a minute. Right? In a minute or two, I clear the whole dungeon, and kill the butcher because I was attacking the butcher the whole time while I was clearing the dungeon, right? It's multitasking. Multitasking is very powerful. You do want to be picking up items to sell them and multitasking while you're doing a dungeon, but that sort of multitasking, sometimes multitasking can be bad, you know, like picking up items, because it doesn't help if, you know, you don't have resources to make stuff. So I get stuff for resources through selling. I just don't sell every single item, right? Now that's also gonna go for there's other bosses that will spawn. I think new like vampire bosses will spawn. Just skip them if you can't kill them fast. That's very important. It shouldn't be taking you 20-30 seconds to kill, you know, a boss or an enemy or whatever. Now, with that being said, there are also certain elites that if they are giving you problems for whatever affects they have on them, if you cannot kill them fast, they're basically just another butcher or another boss or just another thing eating away at your XP gains. 2 points to this. First point, just run past them and skip them, right? Or when you can't kill them, when you notice they're too tanky, don't sit there and try to fight him forever to try to get the 1 gold that's going to drop on the ground. Don't do it, right? Now, what you need to be doing is you need to be learning the monsters and knowing why you can't kill him, right? Let's say you can't kill this guy because he's got some kind of vampire aspect, a fix, whatever, where he just keeps healing before you can kill him. Now, when you approach an elite, right, you should immediately look at what he has. Oh, he has that thing I can't kill, so I'm not even going to try to kill him. I'm just going to kill everything else and go and kill. That way, you know, you've done a whole dungeon in the time you would have been trying to kill this one elite, right? That is the key to doing it. And if you're at the weaker point, man, there was a weaker point where I was first starting where I was just skipping every elite because every single elite was just taking, you know, 20-25 seconds to kill, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna run around, kill everything but the elites. It's so dense with trash mobs, and trash mobs give so much XP. Dom's tunnels didn't have any elites in it. You got all that XP from trash mobs. Trash mobs seem to be where the XP is at. I think it's nice if you can kill elites in the mix, but I mean, it's better almost to just kill the trash mobs, run through, kill the trash mobs quickly to get the XP, right? Whew, so there's that, okay? Let me see if I have anything listed here. Oh, yeah, so there's another thing. The same thing with learning the elites and their affixes to, you know, if you can kill them, if you want to kill them or whatever. You also have to learn which dungeons are good. Now, look, I understand that there's a tier list, okay? Here is probably the most popular nightmare dungeon, I believe. Saraku Cavern, I don't know, I'm probably butchering that. Look, go with the tier list. Go with the tier list, do that, but there's also a second part that I'm referring to, okay? And that's actually when you're inside the nightmare dungeon, look around, check out the layout while you're killing and notice, oh, was this a good or a bad one? Was this dense or was it not? Were there enemies everywhere or not? Regardless of what that tier list says, okay? Hold on a second. And if it had the types of things you wanted in here. Now, with all of that being said, now, if you're not resetting Nightmare Dungeons, like I posted in the other video, how to get 1 through 100 in like 5 hours or whatever that video was about, go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. But if you're not doing it like that, and you're just playing normal, there is a few other things that you can do, okay? And this is one of them, okay? Now, even though you're not resetting Nightmare Dungeons, you're just putting them up because you're unable to multi-box and do that other method, right? What you could do is reset Nightmare Dungeons another way, okay? And this is what I'm saying. Let's say, hypothetically, that I'm gonna use Sing's Chapel. This is where the best XP is that I used to level in the 1 through 100. Now, I don't know if you should do this one because this one is on a higher tier list. I'm not going to say anything about that. But this is what I'm saying, right? This is what I'm saying. So, let's say that you're not doing what's another video, right, that I had posted. Let's say that you're just doing it normal, right? And let's say you get one of these, okay? Now, when you post, when you throw this up and you go and you clear it, when you clear that most popular area, that split where there's just all them monsters, where you get that like 5 million XP instantly, what you could do at this point is just throw up another dungeon. Okay, don't progress, don't do anything. Now you could actually do that with a bunch of dungeons. All right, like once you do that, oh boom, just throw this one up next. Here's another example. This is just a quick loop where there's like 2-3 million XP just in a circle. So you just go and kill these. You don't kill the boss, you don't finish the dungeon, you just get the XP like you're resetting a Dom's tunnel. Boom, you hit this, and then you're basically doing a bunch of unfinished sigils, right? Hold on a second. Let me finish. Now, with that being said, there are some sigils that are better for XP and worse for glyph, right? Because let's say that one dungeon, let's say that dungeon A is, you know, super long to get to the glyph XP, and it doesn't, you know. So what I'm saying is, when there is a dungeon that is, you can get to the boss really fast and kill him, you know, oh man, I hope that makes sense. I'm confusing myself. But the whole point here is, get the XP out of here, just throw up another one. Boom, you're basically resetting a dungeon. Boom, do that. Now, there is also another world where you could be saving the super good ones, right? Like, say you and your friends are just saving nothing but Saraku. You could just be saving them and never using them, and then when you're playing with normal people, you're just resetting the trash ones, getting them in and out. And that way, when your friends get on and your friends do this too, maybe you got like 20 of these saved, and then you use dust and you got like 25 of these, and each of your friends have 25 of these, right? And then boom, you can do 100 of these back to back as if you were resetting. Yeah, so I think that there was more. I think that I've kind of made my point, though. I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, I think, unless I think of anything else. Go ahead, like and subscribe. Hey, if you haven't seen another video yet on how you get to 1 through 100 through the multiboxing method in like 5 hours, go ahead and check it out. I'm going to put it on the end screen, and I am gone.